Moving on, the Financial Action Task Force has extended the deadline for the performance report submission of Pakistan in wake of uncertainty caused due to the coronavirus pandemic. This decision of FATF has further reduced the chances of Pakistan of getting off its grey list even after the end of this year. A report.
Due to the spread of deadly coronavirus pandemic across the world, Financial Action Task Force has extended its deadline for complying conditions for Pakistan for at least 3 months up to October from earlier June 2020. In February this year, FATF placed Pakistan in its grey list as it failed to comply with the 27-point action plan to control funding to terrorist groups. However, research scholars and experts recommend that Pakistan must be blacklisted owing to its constant failure in combating money laundering and terror financing. It not only provides safe haven to these terror groups, but also provide them with persistent military aid and support.
You know, the FATF, Financial Action Task Force, has been giving a lifeline to Pakistan, which to my mind is beyond me. I don't understand why the FATF keeps putting Pakistan on a grey list when Pakistan should definitely be put on the blacklist, given its the recent history that we're seeing. I mean, just recently we found out that Jaish-e-Mohammed's leader, Maulana Masood Azhar, was missing from his home and while under being surveillance. Then he reappeared in Rawalpindi, and apparently he's getting some medical treatment. Earlier on, the foreign minister himself said that he's too weak and he's too ill to carry out any activities, but we do know that there are his madrasas and his seminaries and his training centers ongoing. In Balakot there was one. We found out about it after the whole world found out about it.
The international community has repeatedly accused Pakistan for sponsoring militancy in Afghanistan and Jammu and Kashmir for decades. Pakistan vehemently denies all these charges. However, there are clear evidences of Pakistan's support of the Afghan Taliban Haqqani network and the Quetta Shura. It has augmented Afghanistan instability by providing intelligence, weapons and protection to the Afghan Taliban and the Haqqani network. Even years of US pressure on Islamabad and Rawalpindi have failed to induce Pakistan to change.
Pakistan has been playing this double game, and Pakistan has been playing this double game for a very long time with the international community when it comes to the Kashmir militancy, when it comes to the Afghan militancy. We do know that the Quetta Shura or the Afghan Taliban, all of them were based in Pakistan for the longest time, and now the Americans have had to sort of, in a way, do a peace agreement. Why? Because Pakistan was supporting and sponsoring these militants and supporting them within their country. So Pakistan should be really held accountable to these things. But the fact that terrorism affects all of us, terrorism from Pakistan has affected the rest of the world in the past. So FATF or any other international bodies should and must take action and make Pakistan accountable.
Pakistan on one hand voices support for political reconciliation in Afghanistan, but on the contrary, it never restricted the Afghan Taliban and the Haqqani network from operating in Pakistan-based safe havens. Experts believe that Pakistan never wants to facilitate peace in Afghanistan that culminates in stability and establishment of an elected and powerful political structure in Afghanistan.
Pakistan's ultimate goal is that Afghanistan remains a place where there is always violence and where there is always somewhat of turbulence and somewhat of militant activity, because a stable Afghanistan threatens Pakistan in the sense, because if there is a stable Afghanistan, which will mean Pakistan's area of Pakhtunkhwa will probably start getting more attracted towards Afghanistan, because originally they're all Pashtuns over there. So it's in Pakistan's interest to keep a low intensity conflict ongoing in Afghanistan throughout, and that's why I do not believe this peace agreement right now will bring any results, any positive results. It's just an American face saving. America wants to get out. It's an election year in the US. Trump wants to show that okay, we finished the whole Afghan problem, but they're leaving in haste, which is what they did back in the 80s also. And afterwards we saw what happened. The Taliban government came into place. So things do look like as if they're headed in the same direction of chaos.
Global terror financing watchdog has warned Pakistan to do more to rein in terrorist groups operating from its soil or face the consequences. If Pakistan fails to comply with FATF, it will face a much more aggressive and friendless international community, where it is possible that even allies like China will no longer be able to help to bail out Pakistan.